To stay with us, and unlike the Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Charles Anyagu, who joined us from our Uyo studios yesterday, I have information now that Dr. Nelson Egware will be joining us from Delta, rather virtually. He's the Senior Special Assistant to the Delta State Governor on Media. Hello, Doctor. Good morning to you. Can you hear me? Hello, Doctor.
I said good morning. I can hear you.
Well, thanks for joining us on the program this morning. How is Delta this morning, if I may ask?
We're doing very well. The weather is very clement and it's a great day for us here.
Beautiful. Let's get straight into the conversations making the rounds. To start with is the report that Delta has chosen to discontinue a suit in which it was joined as the fifth respondent challenging the declaration of a state of emergency on Rivers State. I don't know if you have fine details on what informed this decision and more to share with us on the program this morning.
Well, that is not before me. I cannot speak. I can't speak on that. I don't have authority to speak on that.
But as SA Media, these are the questions we look to ask to find the fine details behind what's happening behind the scenes.
Like I said, the issue here is that in Rivers, we have an elected governor that the people voted for, and for us, it's something that the issues there needed to be resolved by all the stakeholders. You know, however, for the president to declare a state of emergency in Rivers, it shows that the people, especially the arms of government over there, the executive and the legislature, you know, they are finding it difficult to work together. So that's informed the decision of Mr. President to declare that state of emergency. So that's on the side of the president to ensure that there's peace in that state. And as you can see, since the declaration of that state of emergency, there is peace there.
I understand your position in being careful about your utterances as regards this position, but there's some rumors that it's because there has been a mass defection in your state, hence the reason why Delta is pulling out of this suit that had earlier challenged the state of declaration. Would you link it to these defections, or you think it's unrelated?
I don't think it's related in the first place, because in that meeting where the governors met to take that decision, our governor wasn't there. So ab initio, it was not conceived. It was not considered. So I don't think Delta actually filed to join that suit.
But I have the documents with me right before me here. They're number 5 on the suit of 11 states that were initially joined challenging that order, up until this morning when reports are coming in that it has issued a notice of discontinuance.
Perhaps the president and the people in Rivers, they are working to ensure that those issues are resolved outside the court. So that may have informed the decision of Delta to pull out from the suit, because it did not have the blessing of the governor in the first place. I don't think the governor sanctioned that joining that suit.
So you think it was an oversight on the part of the PDP at the time?
Oh yes, that's what I can tell you.
Now let's speak about the governor and himself. A lot of media reports made the round before he formally decided to jump camp to the APC. At the state level, the legislature as well, including the speaker and members of the state assembly, have also jumped ship. What's happening to the PDP in your state?
Well, like the Commissioner for Information stated in your program earlier, we didn't have any issues with the PDP in Delta. The only area we had issues is with the national executive of the party. As we speak, the party, we do not know who is the national secretary of the party as it stands right now. So the decision to leave the PDP to join the APC is basically to connect Delta, being one of the the most contributing states to the federal revenue with the national, the federal government, so that we can benefit more for the people. We did not move because we had issues with the PDP in Delta. We collapsed the entire structure of the Delta PDP into the APC. And that is what you are seeing. And the result of this movement will show clearly in the coming elections.
Talking about the coming elections, it's also on clear notice, public notice, that even the former governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, who was formerly of the PDP and a running mate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in the 2023 presidential election, has also chosen to join the APC. It's with the coming elections in focus. What does this do in terms of shaping up the politics in Delta State?
Delta has always voted in one direction over time. Since 1999 to date, Delta has always voted for PDP. And now that the family has decided to move to the APC, the votes from Delta will still go the same way. It will go directly to the APC, or the candidates of the APC. That is what you will see in the coming election. The choice of Okowa to join the governor in going to the APC is because they have been working as a family. You saw the smooth transition from the Okowa government to the Borowori administration. So in Delta, we are a family. Even the former governor, Dr. Emmanuel Odwara, has also joined the APC. So it's something that we look forward to. A peaceful election in Delta, because we do not have any oppositions anymore.
This talk of not having any opposition anymore, I don't know, Doctor, it would interest you to know that yesterday on the program, a lot of persons were insinuating that Delta is an example of the one-party state that Nigeria may fall into going forward. With this spate of defections, do you beg to disagree that these defections are not a testament to a one-party state?
I don't think so, because as we speak, a splinter group from the previous PDP, they've decided to regroup, and they will definitely form a bit of opposition going forward.
But a bit of opposition is no opposition if they cannot challenge at the poll, Doctor. We all know this. If they don't have a strong candidate going into the next
election, Party, we still have the Accord Party and some others.
Doctor, I like the phrase you use there, some others, because
the current one staying
some
back.
Others with no notable candidates.
Some
others with no notable candidates must ultimately be the fact that the opposition is not even formidable enough. When you say some others, are they also looking at a measure, much like we hear is going to happen at the center? Because I don't think they have any chance against the governor going for a second term.
Well, here, like I said earlier, here in Delta, it has always been, we've always voted one way, despite having this opposition in the past. The PDP then has always won their election from 1999 to date. So it will not be an exception this time around, especially as the PDP in Delta has fused into the APC in the state. So it's going to be victory galore for us going forward.
All right, sir. Now let's leave the projections going into the next election circle. Let's talk about governance and how well your governor is doing, because most of the reports coming in is that he doesn't seem to favor his own ethnic divide in some of the projects that his administration has deployed to the Delta people. Despite this clamor for the Anioma state creation, he hasn't chosen to favor even his own extraction. Care to shed more light on this?
I didn't get you well. Can you just repeat it a little bit?
My question is on governance. Governor Borowori, in his time as governor, has chosen to deploy most of the projects across the length and breadth of Delta. Despite this clamor for Anioma, people are talking about it being one of the governments that has not been biased in the projects it has deployed to the people of Delta. I was asking if you care to share more light on this, his more agenda, as is the acronym that we're told it goes under.
Yes, the more agenda has to do with meaningful development, opportunities for all, realistic reforms, and enhanced peace and security. Now, if you talk about projects, the governor has projects spread across the 3 senatorial districts. If you're coming from the Delta North, where we have the state capital, there are lots of projects. For instance, the Igbuzo-Okpanam bypass is being completed and inaugurated. There are some other projects in terms like the Isila-Zagba to Tulu is under construction, and we're expected to finish it in the next couple of weeks. When you talk about the Ughelli-Asaba road, it's about 147 kilometers. It crisscrosses the 3 senatorial districts in the state, from Asaba to where we call Osisa, is completed right now, and we're expecting that the road will be inaugurated in this 2nd anniversary. Then, of course, from Isoko to Ughelli is also being completed, and that will give us the entire stretch fully dualized, right from Asaba to Ughelli. And it's a good project that cuts across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Then when you go to the Warri axis, you have the 3 flyovers being constructed by Julius Berger, one at PTI Junction, one at DSC Roundabout, and then the other at NRA Junction. In terms of road expansion, is also taking place there. If you go there, you will see how the place is being beautified. We are trying to renew the environment, to turn it around, so that when people are passing through that corridor, they will know that yes, Delta is indeed an oil-producing state, and the people are seeing what government is doing with their money. Then when you go to the riverine area, the governor is also doing a lot. The Brutu, Ogulaya, Okonti Road, Odimodi Road is also another stretch inside the hinterland. When you go to Ohoro Bomadi Road, it's another one stretching about 47 kilometers. So a lot is happening here, and we have a lot to celebrate in this two years anniversary of the governor in the saddle.
Now, I'm talking about the 3 senatorial districts of Delta State. 2 of the senators representing Delta State in the 10th Assembly have spoken openly about their desire for the creation of Anioma State, championed more by Senator Ned Nwoko. I don't know, does this affect the more agenda in terms of its inclusivity of all parts of Delta State encompassing the 25 local government areas? Do you think the Anioma State creation might serve as a division from what is currently being enjoyed as a government of unity?
No, it has nothing. The call for creation of Anioma State has nothing to do with the development in the state. We will be happy if Anioma State is created, because it will also ensure that part of the funds we are using to develop that angle will be channeled to the other parts of the state. So any way it goes, we are happy, and we hope that it flies.
Now, talking about improved allocation from the federal government, some of the other states in the Niger Delta have bemoaned the non-completion of the East-West Road. Much like you've cited, the vast and rapid growing infrastructure in Delta State fueled by the oil revenue, the East-West Road seems to be one project that has evaded the region. Is there a joint response from the Niger Delta in regards to ensuring that this road is completed?
Well, one of the benefits of our joining the APC today is to ensure that some of these intractable problems in terms of legacy road projects are completed. With the fusing of the PDP in Delta into the APC, and of course with the close alliances with my governor and the president, I'm sure that that road will be given priority attention to ensure that it's completed in due course. Because if you are coming from Port Harcourt to when you get to Delta, you have good roads to get to up to Warri. But when you cross from Warri to get into Benin, you encounter a lot of bad roads. So we hope that with this coming together, it will ensure that those projects are completed as soon as possible.
Now, I would like to talk about the E in the more acronym, the more agenda of the governor in terms of enhanced security and peace. Relatively speaking, every region of the country has its own form of insecurity. But for Delta, what would you say has been instrumental in the level of peace enjoyed in the state?
Well, Mr. Governor himself is a man of peace, and he has demonstrated that amply in the administration of the state. He has carried every part of the state along in governance, and he has ensured that he appointed people into offices that administer several departments that ensures peace across the state. We have the special advisor on peace building and conflict resolutions, whose duty is to ensure that before crisis erupts in any area, he meets with the people, discusses with them, and then settles whatever grievances that they may have. And so that has been helping us. We also have the Advisory and Peace Building Council, headed by Professor Sam Egware, a former Minister of Information. He's an elder statesman. Over the years, they have tried to ensure that these issues that may snowball into crisis are resolved before it becomes a challenge. So that's what has been helping us. The collaboration between the governor and the security agencies in the state has also ensured that there is peace and security across Delta. So whatever skirmishes, whatever reports of little crimes and all of that, it happens because you cannot eliminate crime 100%. But I can assure you that here in Delta, we are doing everything possible to ensure that there is indeed enhanced peace and security for the people.
Now, still speaking to security matters, there's a national conversation on the need for state police. It's also been further buttressed by the need for a national security summit. I like your honest opinion on Nigeria's readiness, particularly, especially with the Niger Delta in because of the oil installations there. Our security landscape is much different from what we have in the north and the middle belt. Do you think that the Niger Delta, using Delta as a case study, is indeed ripe for state police?
Of course, I agree that the Delta and of course Nigeria is ripe for state police, because it appears that the federal police has been overwhelmed by the emerging crimes in the society. If you have state police, they know the environment more than the federal police. Take, for instance, the Tantita security and see what they are doing with the preservation and security of oil installations across the Niger Delta. You can see the results that are coming in. So I am fully in support of a state police if it's something that will come to fruition under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Now, talking about the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we're just 9 days away from his midterm anniversary. The government has received quite some criticism for bold decisions they have taken with the pledge and promise that they're trying to get Nigeria's economy back on track. How would you score the APC government in its 2 years so far?
Well, 2 years so far, it's been good, because one of the major problems that has been dragging the Nigeria economy down is oil subsidy. Now that the subsidies has been removed, you can see that the economy is picking up. The debts we were owing are being paid, even though these are coming as a cost to the people. But it's something they will just need to bear for a while the refineries are revamped, and then we stop oil importation. Before you know it, the economy will revamp and then bounce back to normal. So the people just needed to bear for now, while the government is doing everything possible to ensure that they get the value for the money that are being spent. As you can see from the projects we're executing here in Delta and other parts of the country, it is because of this oil subsidy that was removed. That's why we're having increased revenue to do what some of these projects that we are doing. In Delta, for instance, our governor has not borrowed a dime since he came into office for almost 2 years now. And he has also paid down to over 280 billion of debts and contractual obligations inherited from previous administrations. So that's to show you one of the benefits of this fuel subsidy removal to the economy of the country.
Now, on the implementation of the new national minimum wage, one of the gains post-subsidy in Delta We see that payment is a little over 70,000 naira, there about 75,500. I don't know if I'm correct. Can you bring us up to speed on the implementation of the new national minimum wage as agreed by the federal government?
Of course, Delta was among the first states to approve and the first state to even pay. So we don't have an issue with minimum wage here in Delta. Our workers are happy. They are very, very pleased with the actions of the governor to ensure that the workers enjoy the living wage. And they are working very well, and we're happy with everybody, every one of them.
And in every state and society, there are always challenges, especially with Nigeria and its federating unit. Overarchingly, the Governor Borowari administration has received all the plaudits for the transformation it is doing in this state. But are there any challenges in terms of translating these developmental strides to the understanding of the people in your office as SSA Media?
There's been no challenge because good product markets itself. The administration of Governor Borowari has been working to ensure that the people get the value for money. And over time, we have been communicating this to the people, and they are seeing it. The people are seeing it, and they are happy. So we don't have a problem at all communicating the administration's successes to our people.
And lastly, my final question to you before we go is off the back of reports coming in this morning that the APC at the center is looking to woo more opposition governors to join its camp ahead of 2027. That report also says it's with the promise of return tickets and appointments for well-meaning sons in their respective states. It's a blunt question. Would we be seeing more governors from the opposition join the APC, and do you think it should be tied to return tickets and appointments?
I hope we receive more governors into the APC. And even in the PDP, where we were before, every governor, every performing governor has the right of first refusal. They do not actually, nobody contests with them for second ticket. They are usually offered the ticket as a right of first refusal for every performing governor. That was usually happening in the PDP. So I do not see any exception in the APC. And I also hope to see more governors from other parties to join us in the APC.
Well, leave us with a mid-term assessment and message for the APC government, which you are now a part of. I'm very sure some of your former PDP brothers might not be too, I'm looking for a better word, might not be too pleased is the most better word with this praise and encomium you're heaping on the APC government, noting that the romance just ended a few weeks ago. But leave us with a mid-term word for the APC as we close.
Like I said earlier, the removal of fuel subsidy is a major policy plan that ensured that the economy got kickstarted again. So from all indications, if you talk about the economic indicators, the inflation rate is coming down, the debt profile is also going down, states are working very well because of this subsidy money that was removed. So for me, if we continue like this in this trajectory in the next 2 more years, you will see what the marvelous developments that will come across and come out of this policy decision from the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Because if you go to, in our state, for instance, we haven't borrowed since May 2023. So till now, we have not borrowed, and we are even paying down what we took in the past. So if we continue like this, you will see that there will be more developments in the country, and the people will be happier for it.
Well, Dr. Nelson Egware, we thank you for taking our time to join the conversation this morning. We appreciate you. Nigerians will be holding you by your words with the projection that in 2 years, we should begin to see the renewed hope that has been promised Nigerians under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government.
Thank you very much for having me.
Always a pleasure.